Hello, Susannah here, the Good Property Company. Right guys, we're firing on in. We're talking through deals that I've done, deals so that you can understand how we sourced them, what we did with them, and so you can take these learnings and go deliver for yourselves. So, we're kind of still in the first set of double digits of deals. This is a property called Dan End Road. Now, early days, you know the story. Kitchen table startup, took 60 grand out of my own mortgage, went and did a couple of deals. It wasn't fast enough for me because as much as I did enjoy my job, I didn't want to be trapped. I didn't trust pensions and I didn't want to be stuck in an office at a time that I didn't decide that I necessarily wanted to be there. So it wasn't like I was running from a job I hated. I didn't want the confines of a job, should we put it that way? So I bought a bunch of properties, 7 properties, jumped out my day job because the first 18 months was during my day job. I was pretty busy and pretty tired. And then I developed up a deal sourcing business at the same time and a buy to sell strategy, which we'll talk about, just so that the cash flow kept coming in while the property sucked up the money before it spat the money back out. You know, years later, I'm so grateful I did it, but at that time, cash flow is really pretty tough. So often if you're looking to buy property and you just want to keep, I would strongly say be mindful of having a second strategy to just pop in some additional cash, whether it's buy to sell or deal sourcing, and I did both those strategies. Let's talk about some mistakes. So this is Dan End, and we bought it for 98. Well, we agreed to buy it for 98. We actually sold it to an investor. We used to charge 5%, and if you do want stuff about deal packaging, we do workshops. We've got I've got my brochure, all of my documentation, everything that we used is on my website, which is thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk. So hop over there. Honestly, you can copy everything. That's why I produce it for you. So do, word for word, copy it. Go for it. Good luck. Okay. And we used to charge 5%, so we got paid just under £5,000 fee, which was incredibly helpful because I used it to pay my team, I used it to develop up my business, I used it to pop money into buying more properties, and of course I was getting deeper experience, wasn't I? And I was able to attract more and more investors because I could show a real run rate of buying deals. Now, I didn't deal package forever. I went into joint ventures, buy and sell, and I was always the biggest buyer of my own deals. But that additional cash was terribly useful. So we said it was worth just over 142, and a couple of years later, the investor sold it for over 160. So that investor did extremely well for us. They got it for 98, sold it for over 160. Good for them. We got just under £5,000, so good for us. We also got experience, we got credibility, but what did I do wrong? Because there's usually at least one speed bump. Well, I was saying initially, right, this is a 4-bed, it's going to be a 4-bed shared house, HMOs, because HMOs, professional HMOs work really well in Bristol. And I didn't notice, and I wasn't trying to sort of be naughty, I just genuinely didn't notice until an investor came up to see it, that one of the bedrooms that I was counting as a bedroom was actually a room with no light. It was basically a room within this old house. So there's the living room, here's this room, and there's the kitchen. And this room led on to the kitchen. It was basically an enormous hallway, but it was a room, but it had no windows. And I'm like, yeah, 4 bedrooms, because I just gone 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's why I produce a property viewing recorder. Now you can get it from the website, you can get it in the deal sourcing pack, you can actually get it for free if you download the 101 lessons, because it's in there. The reason I produced a property viewing pack is when you're doing a deal after deal and you're seeing site after site, you will forget stuff. So I just went, yeah, there's so many rooms, we can turn them into bedrooms. And it was only when I was physically on site, and thank goodness the investor was an incredibly kind and courteous gentleman, because he went, Suze, no windows. Oh my goodness, I was beyond mortified. But these are the mistakes that you will occasionally make. Now, obviously, we didn't sell it as a 4-bedroom house after that. It was a house with a room in the middle with no light. There was nothing wrong with it, but obviously you couldn't have somebody living there. So if you don't pay attention to every single aspect, or just have the experience of having made a mistake, I never made a mistake ever in my life about thinking I could put a bedroom where there was no natural light. But I did then, and I have to say I was massively embarrassed. But you're going to make these mistakes. So did it stop me? No. Did it stop me working with that investor? No. He could see I was mortified. He had a right good laugh at me. I paid for his lunch, and we went on to do many more deals. Hey, I hope you're really enjoying the vids and they're proving to be super useful for you. Right, I got a load of free checklists for you guys. Just click on the link here, pop over to the website and download them now.